Today I'm going to work on a blind contour. It's going to be a self-portrait and I'm going to do it at a slight 3/4 view. So I'm going to turn my head a little bit and look in the mirror with my nose slightly overlapping this cheek, and you can see my nose, whoops, reverse camera, is slightly overlapping my left eye. I'm obviously not going to be able to talk while I'm doing this, so I'm going to be switching over to the desktop camera and begin my drawing. I think I'm going to begin with this eye and then work my way around down my nose and my mouth and maybe up the side of my face over to this eye and then work around the side of my head, but we'll see how it goes. All right, switching cameras. Okay, so here's my piece of paper, get it to focus. Okay, and now picking a place for my pen to start, I'm going to be blocking my marker visually, so I won't be able to see my paper, but I don't want to block it from the camera view, so I will be sure not to look down at my paper, and I'm going to begin with that eye. All right. As I'm coming around and drawing my lashes, I'm only drawing the ones that are the most prominent there. So if I can't see individual lashes, don't draw them. Don't just draw little spikes coming out of your eye if they're not actually visible to you. Okay, now the crease above my lash line. Now up toward my eyebrow. As you can see, I'm drawing very, very slowly. I'm not picking up my pen. And as my eye is moving 1/4 of an inch, my pen should be moving the same. So kind of almost imagine like an ant is crawling around, or a little dot is traveling around your face, and everywhere that the dot is traveling around in the mirror, your pen travels around on your paper. Okay, so now I'm over at the corner of my mouth, and my mouth is slanting down, but it like curves back up. So that's the opening of my mouth right there. And then the top lip dips down a little bit, comes back over to the opening. And then my bottom lip appears to be starting a little bit to the left based on this 3/4 view. And even if you look back up at my nose, I really think I would have only drawn maybe the opening to one of the nostrils. Draw up my jawline a little bit, up until I get to about the ear. There's a little bit of muscle memory to hopefully travel back down that same line. Here's my chin, my cheek, and I'm not pressing hard on the marker at all. Over here, my eyebrow, and now back down to the other eye. Now, I would imagine at this point it's probably looking a little bit ridiculous. But remember, I have not looked at my paper at all. Okay, now when I draw the hair, I'm looking at the sections of the hair and the curves of the hair. So I'm not trying to draw individual strands. I'm trying to just kind of draw where there are edges, and that might be where there's a shadow or a highlight or a low light in my hair, a little bit of texture under here where you can see it kind of swooping. This is my forehead line. But you can see my pen is still moving slow. I'm not just doing big swooping marks to show a sense of hair. I'm actually using my eye and traveling down sections of my hair. Okay, I'm drawing the top row of my necklace now, kind of ignoring that there's a second row underneath, just not going to have my eye travel to that bottom layer of the necklace. Across the paper, off the edge. One part of my necklace is overlapping the other, so I'm going to draw it in front of the other piece on that top row. And on my necklace, this last one is kind of tucked in behind my neck. All right, so that is my finished blind contour. Clearly, my eyes are not spaced out accurately, but I'm really trying to go slow and look at all of those. And this drawing is one line from beginning to end. For this particular drawing, I used a Micron 03. So the tip of the marker is rather small and controlled, but not as extremely fine as some of the other Micron pens. I also did one earlier without my neck and shoulders, and I used a Sharpie, so the line on it is slightly thicker, and that one looks like that. So again, it's about really paying attention to the area that you're working on and then doing your best that you can to travel from section to section, but not necessarily worrying about how all of the parts fit together as a whole. You do the best you can with that, but that's not the priority. The priority is to really look at the shapes of the details as you are working along. And just to give you an idea about the different kinds of lines that markers create, I made this little illustration. So a Micron 005 is this. I was using an 03 for the one that I just demonstrated, and then that's the Sharpie that I used on the second one that I showed you that was already finished. And this is your typical what you think of as a Sharpie marker. And last, this is a Micron brush marker, which actually has this kind of very flexible brush tip. It would look very light and thin or very thick. All right, that's all for now. Thank you for watching.